What's going on, gangsters? Movie John here, and we're going to talk about another originals versus remakes. And on this one, we're going to talk about Wes Craven's very first film he ever directed back in the early 70s, Last House on the Left. Yeah, I bought this at Spookables. Jason put the damn sticker on the front of it. I'm like, put the stickers on the back, gangster. That shit's hard to get off. I'm going to end up tearing it up, so I'm not going to try to tear it off, you know. And here's the remake. I'm not really sure exactly about what year this came out with, because I am not prepared. But it came out within the last 10 years, let's say that, okay? The original one, of course, back in the 70s, it was Wes Craven's first film. David Hess was the ultimate villain in that movie, man. And it was one of them types of movies, just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or the last video I just talked about with I Spit on Your Grave. It felt so real. And it was just all mainly in the daylight. You know, there was a little bit at night and stuff, but most of it was set in the daylight, where these prisoners escape and they end up kidnapping these two girls, and, you know, ends up having rape in it, and one got killed and the other one they shot and they thought they killed, and just crazy stuff. And then the big storm came and they had to stay somewhere, and they end up staying at one of the girls' house that they end up shooting and left for dead, but she's not really dead. And then the parents happen to get her and everything, and all hell breaks loose, because then they find out they've been having these people there. So the family starts fighting back against these gangsters, man. Great film. Like I said, it was in the early 70s. I think it's 74 when it came out. Now the remake, just like I Spit on Your Grave remake, like I was talking in the last episode, they did polish this movie up a little bit and added a few different things. I think the villains in this one was not as crazy maybe as the other ones. It was more quiet to me. Of course, there was another rape scene. Damn, two of these videos in a row already, and we're talking about rape in both of them. But pretty disturbing rape scene, and just all around gore and everything. This is the unrated version I got here. But, yeah. I mean, they did a pretty good job. There's the villains on the back if you can see them. And I haven't really watched this in a while. It's been a while since I watched it. It's been a while since I've seen either one of these movies. But I always, Wes Craven's films altogether, people might think I'm crazy. But Last House on the Left, which is his very first movie he ever directed, put out, is my favorite of Wes Craven movies. So that's telling you, out of these two, the remake and the original, I'm going with the original again on this one. It's MGM put this out. There's so many different covers of this, I don't understand, but there's just tons of them. I wish I had the one on VHS where it's like a drawn art of the girls running away and stuff. But when I first saw this, man, crazy stuff, man. The music and the damn sheriff and stuff that's in it, they're just stupid, man. And I think the deputy ended up being the guy in the Karate Kid years later that was the Cobra Kai leader from the dojo there. And that's kind of funny once you watch back and see that he was in this movie 10 years before the Karate Kid, and he was in a lot of other movies and stuff. Can't remember his name right off, but if you know Karate Kid and you know Last House on the Left, you know what I'm talking about. Another little story about David Hess that played in the original. I had a chance to see him a few years ago before he passed away, and something happened. Just couldn't get up to Ohio to see him in the, what was that damn, oh hell, Cinema Wastelands, that's the name of it. He was going to be there. Didn't get to see him, and then a few months later he passed away. Just freaking crazy. He also played in Swamp Thing. And he played on the, what's that other one called? House on the Edge of the Park. That's what he played. He played in that one too. And he played in a bunch of other movies. He was in a ton of stuff. The Last House on the Left and the remake. The remake wasn't real bad, but it's, you know, I did buy it. You know, I got it pretty cheap. I think it was like $10 at Walmart, or it might have been less than that at the time when I got it. It's something to, you know, to check out. You need to check out both of them. But in my opinion, the number one is the original, of course. So we're 2 for 2 on the originals in these videos so far. I like the original over the remake, but I do have the remake. So go figure. It's all right to have. If you never check these movies out, check them out. And watch them back to back. Or one day and the next day watch the other one. Tell me what you think then if you haven't seen them both. And if you haven't, and you don't feel like it, then don't do it, gangsters. I'm not making you watch these damn movies. I'm just going to talk about the originals and the freaking remakes and what I think of them. And if you don't like them, then you just comment and say you don't like the original, or you don't like the remake, or whatever, or give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, whatever. Till next time.